All right, so I'm I'm waiting on Clark Barnard. I'm Joshua James Bolieiro, and I am planning on having a discussion with Clark Barnard regarding the shape of the Earth, flat or concave, obviously stationary.
I did a couple days ago, and he agreed. I sent him that before before I posted it.
He's live right now too.
For tagging him, yeah. So you can join. Anyways, he wants to do it on his YouTube channel, but his YouTube only has like 200 subscribers, and none of my friends are on there. Nobody in the group is on there. Just a last minute little switcheroo thing, but I still plan on keeping this respectful.
Not a last minute switcheroo. I'm just going to screen sharing right now. Just going to show the thread. So we've been trying to connect. So I don't know that. Let's see what he's saying now.
They're just slandering flat earthers, and everyone's stupid compared to them.
Nope, I was a flat earther.
So
I don't think flat earthers are stupid. I just think they're half right. They're halfway there.
I wanted to have him debate me live so we could discuss his points, discuss my points, any proofs, evidences, any rebuttals, etc.
Plenty. I've got them all ready. I don't know how to join this event.
Concave. Oh, if he's not gonna do it, I'm just gonna go over the points that are my points, and that'll just be it. I mean, to me, it's pointless to discuss in front of just him and a couple of his concave friends. I mean, more people need to see it, in Awakening Information. There's globe believers, there's flat earthers, there's concavers, so I think it's important that a lot of people see this so that they can
well, he never sent me a link to join.
See his points and kind of come to their own conclusions,
Well, send me a link to join, buddy.
Yeah, Dan Crowley, I agree with you. Controlled opposition. It doesn't make any sense. There's absolutely no facts or proof to support it. Flat Earth. It's flat, baby. Hey, Kayla, what's up? He's here. Where's Josh? Is he on the live? I sent him an invite to join us live.
So I'm live screen sharing. I'm listening to you.
Jumps on here. Actually, I can. He's not on here yet. So as soon as he jumps on here, I can just add him to the live. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Josh, I see you comment, buddy. Hey, just jump on real quick. Let's talk.
I don't know how to jump on. How do I join?
Live screen sharing. Yeah, Kerry, if I join his Hangout, none of you guys will be able to watch it unless you go to his YouTube. Josh, just jump on here for a minute, buddy. People are wanting to see you and talk.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to do it. I'm only deleting this link so I don't get porn bound because I don't have OBS yet. So hopefully you snagged it and you can join it. If you need it again, just say so. Maybe you're watching. What I'll do is I'll grab a link.
Yeah, it says I sent you an invite already. Right here on your name. Inviting you to watch. As soon as you're on here watching,
Copy
I can
link.
just add you to the live. Yeah. See my brother on here. Lots of people. A few people so far. I don't see your name on here though. Yeah, Paul. We did agree to do it live in the group.
No, I never did that.
I can just comment. I can't actually show you.
We had actually agreed, if we look in the thread, that it was my offer and that Ernest would moderate. And if you don't want Ernest as a moderator, then I would host live on my channel. And we had actually agreed to that up here.
Yeah, it says bring a friend, invite a friend to be in your broadcast. I have that on and I invited Joshua.
It's been a respectful conversation. Oh, it must be down here. But I had stated that it was my offer that I had made.
Yeah, come on, Josh.
On
Just jump
Facebook.
on here, bud.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. How do I join? Maybe you're watching. I don't know how to join it. I've never been live on Facebook before.
Yeah, Josh, go to Facebook, search your notifications, accept the invite, and just jump on here with us real quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. It must be this one right here.
Quick.
There you are. All right. Are you there? Can you hear me? I'm not sure how to join it. I'm watching, but I can't join.
Yeah, exactly. If he's commenting, then he can join.
I'm in the
all he has
watch
to do is
page.
just accept the invite. He's in here commenting. Yeah, good.
Yeah, because I'm live on mine and you can be live on yours. This is perfect.
There he is. Now he's watching. I'm trying to right now. Doesn't say I can add you. I see your name on here as was one of the viewers.
All right.
I sent you an invite to join. Yeah, you're watching. You can join the live. Joey Roga wants to be in the video. What's up?
How do I?
Yeah, Josh, I sent you the invite to join.
Yeah, I clicked on it.
Aloha, Joey Roca. What's up?
Would like you to be a guest in his broadcast. Yep. All right, I'm going to click on that again.
Harry, you're funny.
Dylan Fratch. Oh, man. You got to be kidding me.
Give him a second. He should be on here. I sent the invite, Josh.
Yeah. Well, there's no join button. I don't know. Is someone in the comment section watching on my YouTube channel right now?
Guest request too. if you're still on here, Josh, if you're still listening, you can send a guest request, and I'll accept it because I already sent you the invite. It doesn't say that I can add you at this moment because I already sent it to you. All right, brother. Aloha, Flat Earth Unity.
Joey Rocca. Kerry Paul Graham.
Carrie, you're 100% right. Yes.
Paul.
That's what Joey Rocca just did. He just sent an invite to join. It says Brian Oxman is watching, and I can click on that to bring him on the camera too.
I don't know why it's not letting me join. You open it in a new tab.
Joey, I'm going to bring you on real quick. Can you walk him through how to get on here and to join the live? I sent the invite. He can't find it. I'll bring you.
I've got the invite.
How did you know Owen?
Yeah, I don't know. It would just be a whole lot easier if you would just would have joined my freaking hangout. We could have been doing this by now. Oh, this is silly. Yeah, I'm not sure how to join. How do I There's no radio button to join this thing.
Problem. So I just tuned in right now. You're a flat earther, and I know, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I know a lot of characters. You know, we're all characters in this community, right? I know a lot of the characters who've been in it for a long time, like Ernie Pearson and those kind of guys, right? And let me just touch psychology on it, okay? It's real easy to prove if the Earth is flat or spherical or concave. You just take a topographical measurement, and topographically, the Earth is flat. So it's fine that they think the Earth is concave because they're still on our team. You know what I mean? So long as they don't think it's a ball and they're anti-NASA, they're still on our team. But everyone who's going on the concave kind of side, I've noticed they're all flat earthers that have like a lot of beefs with other flat earthers, and they're really like disputing everything. And just because someone's a flat earther doesn't mean that they've woken up all the way yet. We just assume they have woken up. We get it. We're on the same team. We're trying to win, right? It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about the implication. We pay them no attention. You know, you don't feed the wolf, the bad wolf. You feed the good wolf. Yeah. It's obviously concave because we'd have topographical measurements, so we can throw it out of the water. They do the same thing NASA does. They say, look celestially. They try to prove what's here celestially. But we have to remember, we're on the same team. We're on the same team. And if we can, instead of fighting with one another, if we can just let them know, because they're trying to fight with us, if we can just let them know, hey, brother, you're anti-NASA, so are we, same team. Cool. Some people think there's a dome. Some people think it's no dome. Some people think it's an infinite. It doesn't matter, guys. We have to realize this shouldn't be. The only reason why we haven't won yet is because we haven't united. That's it. Exactly. We unite.
Well, this is kind of stupid. Now,
guys,
I don't know.
It's all about raising to your higher vibration. Once we do this, all of us, like obviously you get it, brother. Like anybody who's flat earther, you're like right away. You're like, oh, right on, brother. You're not testing them on age or nothing like that. No way. You get us versus them, and we didn't know that. Flat Earth woke us up to that.
I'm just gonna ask them to post the join link. I mean,
I turned a while back. You know, we're just starting to see the results and stuff with all the views and whatnot. and search history and all that stuff. But yeah, that's the only reason why we're running into little pitfalls here and there is just because we haven't united.
He gave me the link to watch,
yeah, we
but
agree, NASA lies, but to believe the Earth is concave, you have to have some kind of physical proof. Like to me,
he
when
can't.
I researched flat
Why
Earth,
can't you post a join link?
For weeks and weeks.
I've given him the join link.
And like the wow moment when it hit me, like out in the real world, like measuring things and observing things from different views, different opinions and aspects, and that really just kind of.
I've given him the join link to join me, so he can join me. He's just choosing not to.
I tried to look at the concave Earth, with an open mind the same way, and nothing made sense. There's no consistent measurements. There's
right, nothing made sense,
too,
right?
Brother. It's just real easy. The Earth is
no consistent.
Kansas is flat as a high hot pancake. 13 other states in the U.S. were measured, including Florida. They're all flat.
No, they're all concave.
All of our ancestors since the beginning of time, they all said the Earth was flat. The conspiracy is the globe. The concave Earth, no ancestor said the Earth was concave. You know what I mean? That's the real one. That's like, you know what? They're the ones that they're anti-NASA, but they're either disgruntled flat earthers, really, because they're the ones making trouble, or that's really what they believe, and that's fine. Because you know what? We don't have to get mad at them. What we have to, it's just like this. 9/11. Was there planes or was there no
I'm
planes?
just gonna watch this.
Say no planes,
this is funny.
What? Are you kidding me? There's not even any shills in the community. We're all good-hearted people. Some of us, we're not perfect, but we have to get unite as one, and we win.
I'm just gonna let them destroy flat Earth for me. All right,
Joey,
you get.
How did you request to join the live?
Oh, real easy. I'll be done in like 10 minutes, brother. Okay, brother. That's my neighbor. I'm trying to flat smack him. What was the question? Okay, well, look, guys, first of all, do me a favor. I'm going to tell everybody that. Do me a favor. Everybody who's watching, all 25, 30 of you guys, do me a huge favor. We love you guys with all of our heart. We're all one. There's no leaders in this community. Could you do us all a favor? And right now, just take 1 or 2 minutes and share this video. Title it a Flat Earth Conversation, whatever you want, and all your favorite Facebook truth groups right now so we can get a larger audience. Because it's all about unity. That's
cool. That's good.
So every time you guys tune in live to somebody, share it. Share it in groups. Throw watch parties. We got to make noise, right? Anyways,
correct.
You go live unless you're on your cell phone, guys. So from your computer, your desktop, you can't do it. So from your cell phone, you do it. And what you do is you log in, and then there's a green button that you press. But if you're not on your cell phone, you can't do it.
Oh, that's probably why, because he's on his computer. Hey, Josh, get on your cell phone and jump on here real quick.
No, that is dumb as shit.
The like button and the heart button, you'll see a green button. Just press it.
No. I'm planning on screen sharing.
All right, we'll see if he agrees that he should still be on here. Yeah, he's still on here. There you go. That's probably an issue. He's on his computer.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Talking to a physicist about flat Earth. I'm always debating people's, every single day I go live and do.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me to be able to show all this evidence that I have.
Because he was trying to tell me
all this.
The gravity's been proven. Right? Every single day I go live.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me to be able to show all this evidence that I have.
No, of course not.
All this.
Nowhere, right?
Yeah, he doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me to be able to show all this evidence that I have.
And that gravity is a force nowhere, right?
Huh. So I'm just gonna mute that a little bit. I mean, I got all this stuff lined up. I got the whole playlist here, 60 hours. All this ready to go. And he wants me to kill this so I can join on my cell phone, which makes no sense at all. And he wants me to kill this so I can join on my cell phone,
loses its magnetic susceptibility, rendering it unmagnetic.
Which makes no sense at all. And he wants me to kill this so I can join on my cell phone.
Absolutely.
Which makes no sense at all. And he wants me to kill this.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. If it's molten iron or solid
Never
core inside the liquid core, as they say, then iron's Curie temperature is only 770
Repetition
degrees
works, so
and they say
had to
the
do
core
it.
is 6,000 degrees Celsius, so it's like many times past the limit that metal can be magnetic. So there's no way it's producing a magnetic field. There's no way it's making an atmosphere for us of any kind or anything like that. It's all, when you really look into it, it's all pseudoscience garbage.
Pseudoscience garbage.
100%, if you
So
just-
diamagnetism, that must be pseudoscience garbage.
That's what I tell people. Who cares about even looking into it?
Pseudoscience
See if it applies to the
garbage.
laws of physics.
MIT is
That's
pseudoscience
it. Do
garbage.
that first. If it passes that, then go ahead and look into it.
This
By
is
all
pseudoscience
It's like the moon
garbage.
landing.
Bending
Everyone's
light
talking
must be
about the camera and the
pseudoscience,
shadows don't line up. I say,
because
you know
that's
what?
not proven to
You
bend
don't
or
even have to
anything.
go that far. Take a telescope.
Pseudoscience, right?
Zoom right into the craters of the moon. See if there's
More
or a
pseudoscience.
If there's not one,
Bendy water,
even look into the video
pseudoscience.
because it's obviously not true.
Horizon
You
above
get
center
the
frame,
The laws of
pseudoscience.
physics are violated with outer space. The laws of
Close sun,
With the
pseudoscience.
atmosphere, right next to a vacuum, camera pressure system next to a vacuum without a firm barrier.
Oh, clouds in the sun, huh? It is,
Without
without the filter. Add the filter, it changes the position of the sun, quite simply.
So yeah, just things for people to think about.
Pseudoscience.
I'm sure, we know this stuff. A lot of others know this, but many other people still don't.
Pseudoscience, right?
Love it.
Things.
Look at, hey, look, a
And the
sphere.
thing is, what I want to tell everybody too is, I
We don't need a
lot
map.
of flat earthers feel intimidated because they don't have a lot of information. And I just want to tell you this: all you have to do, whether
You are
believe
intimidated.
a lot or a little bit, or you just believe it's flat,
You're very
just
intimidated.
believe it.
That's why you won't join my Hangout link, so I can show you all this
And
evidence.
don't worry about it. Just get that voice out there, because going live is the way that we're going to win. We learned this through all of our.
He's right.
When we protest and we riot, they win and we lose. They always win. But if we just
This must be pseudoscience, right?
Just go live.
Magnetism?
Like, you're safe at your house, I'm safe at my house.
Just fake
We're
news.
rioting, and we're planting thousands and thousands of
Hard
seeds.
surface
By the time this video is
barrier,
over,
100
we're gonna have
kilometers.
2,000 or 3,000 views. You know what I mean? And that's seeds that are planted, because not everybody's.
Yes,
And flat earthers are
concave
feeling
Earth.
this
Yep.
camaraderie, which is
That's
what we all
right.
have to do. That's why meetups-
Infrared. Look how high that horizon
Where
is.
we feel
It's
comfortable
rising.
without getting vocal about
It's right in the
talking about
thumbnail.
truth. Because until we do that, we won't win. We have to unite and then get everybody to be on the same page. Because
This is what they want to avoid right here.
And it's a lot of,
The center.
something a lot of people overlook, like it says, the Constitution, united we stand, divided we fall. People can tell that we're divided.
Pseudoscience, right?
Goes out of their way to stand united for anything.
These guys show it to you.
hey, check this out. Let me tell you this real quick, brother. What is your race?
Pseudoscience, right here. Pseudoscience.
Yeah, what race are you?
This is not a map.
Are you saying specifically government?
General.
This is not a photo.
Whatever you. Like for me, I call myself Mexican because that's what I'm considered Mexican, right? But what are you?
Black, yeah.
Okay, but did you know this? And I know you do, but I'm talking to the audience. That in reality, we are, and everybody watching and the people who are watching later, proven by science, there's only one race, the human race. There's adaptation, speciations. So when they say races, they're making us think that we're different. And that's another thing that we have to realize. United, when we all realize.
So there's no join link. There's no way to join this from a computer. That doesn't make any sense.
So we have to unite, and there's only one race. That's the beautiful thing. I love
Yeah, 38 people are waiting.
There's no such thing as racism. They
Right.
made it up.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you.
I don't know why I never saw you before, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in. And do you do YouTube as well?
Join it.
No, I don't. I don't really get on YouTube much, but I'm on here quite a bit.
Awesome.
Just join the
I've never
link.
seen you on here before, brother, but you are probably instantaneously.
Still
one of my
not here.
favorite flat earthers, man.
Still waiting for this guy to pop up.
100%, brother.
Oh,
Get it
sweet,
100.
man. Appreciate that.
Because this is what he doesn't want.
Changed your life,
Screen
didn't it?
sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does not want me showing you this right here.
Your
This is what he
morals
doesn't
and
want me to
everything,
show you.
just and then the genius in you. That's what I tell people too. their sheep, and so will
This.
we, of course. But everybody's a genius. They just put an invisible governor on us. You know, Christopher Columbus discovered America. And we know all these Jeopardy useless facts, right? But we don't know how to think for ourselves. And that's what they don't want us to do too, because once we realize that we can figure things out on our own, we can find out the answers on our own, then they're scared, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so what do you want to touch on concave Earth? You know, the other points that they make or anything like that? You want to touch on that real quick for the watchers?
Okay, so this is mainly about concave. Actually, you know, it's been in my heart lately a lot about concave. I just did a video on it a couple of days ago. And let me just tell everybody this. There is what you have to do. You can't do ad hoc straw man tactics in a debate. You can't use ad hominem comments. You know what I mean? You can't use those types of things. You have to actually stay on point. In a debate, a concave has zero proof. And that's all anybody needs to know. Topographically, when you measure the Earth, you have to measure for upward curvature, downward curvature, any kind of curvature. None is detected. It's flat and level. So the argument's over. So if we entertain an idea that's incorrect, then what are we doing? I mean, that's fine. Let them go off on their tangent. But remember, at the same time, the higher vibration that we are, we know we need the numbers. They're anti-NASA. Just love them, guys. Cool.
Right. Yeah. All right, Josh, come on, man. Send the invite. Get on your phone and just hop on here real quick so we can talk.
Sorry about that, brother.
Oh, you're fine, man.
So anyways, as I was saying about the concave, there's no proof. But what we have, it's not even, you know, just like the laws of physics with flat Earth, right, compared to the globe. Concave just came, none of our ancestors said it was concave. Why? You know what I mean? And topographically, it's flat. So the argument's over. Look at a planetarium. That's just like our Earth is. I believe there's a dome. Do you believe there's a dome, brother?
I do.
There's proof. There's the laws of physics. You know what I mean? We can prove the Earth is flat with peer-reviewed science and laws of physics. Same thing with the Earth being, same thing with the dome, guys. The dome is made out of a blue obsidian type of glass. And all of our ancient ancestors said the same thing. And if it is blue glass, that totally explains why the sky looks blue, even though air is clear, why the water looks blue, even though the air is clear. Give a ridiculous explanation. It explains our atmosphere and rainbows. And if you think about this, if you know the science of lightning, a lot of people believe in the urban legend that lightning strikes down, but it actually strikes up.
It goes up, yeah.
It goes up. But NASA says that in the infinite space, eventually it gets high enough in the atmosphere to where it explodes. And that's why we hear that noise. But lightning doesn't do that. It has contact with something solid. It can't explode. There's no gas that goes up the picture. So actually,
all right, man, what's going on? You probably want to mute your speaker.
So it's actually charging itself like a Tesla.
So yeah, right now I'm listening to Joey Rocca make fun of himself. So I'm live right now. We're live on my channel, and I've sent Clark Barnard the invite, but he doesn't want to join mine because he thinks he's got a bigger audience. But I can't join Facebook. He's live too right now on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. I can't join apparently from the computer, so he wants me to join from a cell phone. And it's
right.
It's because
limit your screen sharing capability.
Right, exactly, and that's what I just pointed out moments ago. He doesn't want me screen sharing all this stuff.
Well,
that's what I was just talking about with my audience anyway before you joined.
Right. So that's a tactic that they're going to use all the time. Nathan Thompson did it to you once already.
Right. He put my screen up in the corner, and then
Right. They don't have a hope or a prayer, so these are the tactics that they use. They can't come into it. It can't come into a domain where you have everything to lose, and they have everything. Everything to lose for you is credibility. You know, your history. These guys have nothing but a false leg to stand on, and that's why they're so protective of how you interact with them. Nathan muted you as well. People are going to mute your desktop. You know, they're not going to let us show the full details of what they cannot answer themselves.
Yeah.
So
Well, I just scrolled through the list so my audience can see the extensive list of all the pseudoscience that they were talking about. So you've obviously been studying this list. I know you have obviously past few months. So I've got all this stuff ready to go, ready to show them, pretty much anything that they think they have as proof of a flat Earth. Joey Rocco was just talking about how there was no concave maps, and people always knew it was flat, and there's no topographical curvature, and I just don't think that he's actually realizing that.
Joey Rocco, he's a clown, man. He doesn't know.
I know. I'm well aware. I'm well aware who he is. I'm just saying he's making these points that are just obviously fallacious because he's only considering convex curve, and long distance viewability is still possible in concave Earth, and he's got no tangible measurements to prove flatness. All he can do is try to discredit it by making it look crazy, which is what he's doing.
So then they're still in their room right now.
So basically this whole time I've been live since, let's see here.
Well, have you messaged in their debate box or wherever that's at?
Yeah, I'm screen sharing right now his live stream right now. You can probably see that.
Are you not able to comment on the section there?
Oh, I've been commenting. Yeah, you can scroll through here and see that I keep posting the link to join. Right here, join my Hangout. Just going to carry you through this conversation here. You got all the normal trolls, the ones that all the concave. There we go. See, I'm planning on screen sharing. So they wanted me to join on a cell phone.
No way.
Which is foolishness because that limits my ability to show evidence. Yeah.
What do you think? We're homeless? Do you think we're pirating internet or something like that? No, we have full-blown capability of.
If you really want to see my face, all you got to do is stop screen sharing for a moment and we can talk face to face. But I mean, why limit my ability to present physical evidence? These aren't cartoons here. A lot of these are actual experiments that show that what we're talking about is not pseudoscience. It is real science that supports this model. And half of the flat Earth evidence supports this model. Which is all they have. They don't have any proof of flatness. See, there's all kinds of measurements that have been taken that show concavity, both with water and without water experiments. And a lot of people like to try to pick those apart and debunk them. The thing is, folks, is that there's no convex tangible measurements for me to debunk. There's no flat Earth measurements for me to debunk. That's the point. The only measurements that are there to debunk are the ones that show concavity. And this is what they have to avoid because they don't have any tangible measurements to water, not just optical, but measuring the water. The only times people have done that, it's shown concavity, which is why they don't do it anymore, which is the reason for this cartoon, if you will, that I have here.
That's the whole point that I was trying to make clear to these people is, for one, NASA Lies is a nonprofit.
This is a very simple.
We would prevent them from doing this.
This is a very simple. This is the best experiment in the world. In the world, this is the best experiment. Why is it not common knowledge? It's because after consecutive times of finding divergence, they say we have to stop. Because 2 out of 2 times they found divergence. If they do it 3 out of 3, that's worse. If they do it 4 out of 4, that's worse. They can't keep leaving all these breadcrumbs, paper trails. They got to stop doing these plumb bob
All right.
experiment.
So how do you screen share the Hangout? You know, or not screen share it, but how do you share it on your Facebook link?
What are you talking about? To watch or to join?
No, to share this right now, to do either.
To share.
Just to watch it, how do you share a watch link on Facebook?
Well, I can go right here, grab the link.
Gotcha, right, okay, yeah, right.
I'm just going to copy this link and I can put it wherever you want. Where do you want it?
That's right. Send it to me in the chat.
Send it to you on Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just the watch link to the YouTube channel? Okay.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, he's showing some theodolite stuff. Yeah, that's great. Do it on a sunny day. It'll raise your horizon.
Well, don't you have everything saved on a tablet?
All right, so here you go. Here's the watch link to the YouTube channel.
Now you see where they're at right now. They're on Lock Haven University site, so they're talking about concavity.
Yeah. Do you want me to
try to get in their call or try to get in their message?
I've tried. They told me I've never tried to join Facebook Live. They told me I can't do it from a computer, which seems to make no sense to me. Facebook, it's 2019. You can't join Facebook Live from a computer.
Well, you could use your phone.
Right.
You could use your phone and then turn your phone to your computer as you're trying to make a point.
Nah, that's stupid. Why doesn't he just join me? That's silliness. That's just making everything complicated.
Because he loses control of the debate.
Exactly. That's why he doesn't want to do it.
I never treated people this way when I was a flat earther, man. I would go into a debate just openly. I never pulled this nonsense.
He did agree. I mean, this was I can go back and show it. I'm going to show it. I'm just going to prove that what I said is true. So I posted this 2 hours ago. So right now it's 10:39 Eastern. So I posted this at 8:39. It was scheduled for 10 o'clock. So he knew. He was well aware.
But he just doesn't want
He was well aware.
I'm blown away, man. I mean, this is what I told you they were going to do. Either that or back you into
right. Of course.
With the straw man, and unfortunately, you know.
Oh yeah, So I'm just scrolling. I'm just going to try to find this post. It might be kind of far down, where I'm the one who initially offered to debate, and this is him taking me up on my offer for a debate. This was what, a good few weeks ago, right? Oh, we're getting close. There's the firmament post. Here we go. Right here. This was April 2nd. Looking for any flat earther to discuss or debate the concave earth model. Heliocentricity is gone. Stationary earthers, serious inquiries, blah, blah, blah. There's my phone number. There you go. Anybody in the world can call me on the phone, leave a voicemail, and I'll call you back. So, I mean, what gives? This is what they're hiding right here. That's what they're hiding. That's what they don't want you to know. This is what NASA and Flat Earth hide.
They do not want you to know about it. They
at all costs.
Right. Because it just blows away the dome model. It blows away, in order for there to be a convex ball above us, there'd have to be a concave, or else why would it, fit so perfectly? It just, they make sense on this model. Everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And to where even to the most simple things, which, kind of also makes sense about the tides. If you have one of the celestial spheres spinning in the moon, and that entire glass ball itself is forcing the waters to move, that's incredible, dude. Moving in unison. Blows me away, man, how the tides work on a concave Earth.
Yeah, it really is magnetism. It just doesn't have anything to do with, it's just everything, not everything. There's certain things about convex Earth that are true with concave. It's just an inversion. And then there's other things that just, you know what I mean? It's just concave Earth takes all the truths from the false dichotomy. Because originally they took the truth and they divided it up into a false dichotomy.
Well, I didn't know what happened either, but Clark Barnard just unfriended me. I guess he can hit the road if that's the case. Wow.
I mean, they have literally all of real science up against flat Earth. And so they're not gonna just join and just get crushed with they're the ones that have pseudoscience. They can't explain why things rise. They just say density and buoyancy.
They cannot make
even gravity is a better explanation than flat earthers have, because at least they're using a quantitative force. Flat Earth just says nothing. Nothing makes this. How come more dense objects don't move sideways or up?
They cannot make it through a debate with non sequitur. They're not going to make it through a debate with us.
The Germans obviously knew the Earth was concave. The Russians know it's concave. Look at that. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
They know.
That's Putin in front of the concave map.
Not the first time either.
Right.
Not the first time. Here you go. This is what he has to avoid. Another thing right here, too. This is it. Bang. If you put heliocentricity in here, flat Earth will come in second place to heliocentricity. But we've all seen this heliocentricity versus flat Earth one, which makes flat Earth look like the winner. But when you compare it against a third model, obviously heliocentricity is not welcome, just fucking gone. But there's no comparison. There's too many holes in this. You can't make the flat Earth work.
Right. The first thing is that they saw the first part of the debate with Nathan. Anybody can go back and watch that debate and see that Nathan is getting asked questions that he has no ability to answer. And so he just began to mock. So they kind of, we kind of danced in the wind with them. Now they saw the dance and they're like, well, we don't want to have a full open debate with them. Of course not. We take away their book sales. We take away the profiteers. They're, they're just instantly stopped.
So I mean, I don't know. He's going to claim that I agreed to go on his and that I didn't show up because I don't have any evidence, right? Because there's just no evidence, right? There's just all this stuff doesn't exist. All these sprites and all this evidence of a barrier in the sky. Flat earthers claim Nikola Tesla because they need the ether in order to disprove axial rotation. But they don't tell you about this part. Universal compression. And that's one thing that I exposed about Nathan, was that either he's so dumb that he doesn't, still in 2019, still doesn't understand universal compression, or he's a troll that's hiding it. One of the two. And I mean, at this point, I gotta move on. I gotta try to reach other people, you know, and I can't waste so much time on one stubborn person or a troll. Either way.
The majority of the people in the movement are trolls. They're in it to protect money.
And you'll realize that quickly if you join the Facebook Flat Earth community. Right. There's no, people never knew the Earth was concave. That's actually quite ridiculous too, because I think I uploaded a whole bunch of maps. I'm not sure how long ago that was.
Yeah, so basically,
It must have been recent.
It's going to work like this, Josh. Is anybody able to watch their live feed? I mean, I'm blocked. I can't. He blocked me completely. So if
really, why would he block you? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I'm looking at my friends list. I'm completely blocked by him. I don't even see him. He's disappeared. Well, maybe that would.
Flat earthers say people always knew the Earth was flat.
No.
People always knew the Earth was flat, right? And we've seen quite a few, you know, flat Earth quote unquote maps or time calculators, but look at all of these old concave Earth maps that the flat Earth community just happened to not ever show you, ever. Even though Robotham talks about the concavity, Dubé won't tell you that Robotham talks about the concavity in his book.
Well, the best thing I could do is just go update Clark's debate tactics in the website. And if you know he refused to, is he still debating now?
I don't know.
Like, what's the exact link you were watching?
Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. He said he kept sending me a link. I can send you the. Let me see if I can send you the link. He sent me a link to watch. It said Clark Barnard would like you to be a guest in his broadcast.
And you couldn't do it on your computer?
I guess not. Oops, shit. Right here.
Yeah, he totally is not even on my friends list. If it's still going, try to do it.
I'm gonna come on here after he agreed.
So Joey Rocca must have left. So he keeps talking about I don't want to join him.
You could try the debate and hold your phone and be able to move it. You know, it's kind of what I do at times as well. Kind of makes it a pain in the ass, but
it would just be so much easier if he would just join, so I could just screen share it. He just wants to have a face-to-face conversation so that he can say, well, show me. And I'm like, well, I'm on my phone. I was on my computer. Now you want to say, show me stuff, and I can't because I'm on my phone. You know, it would just be so much easier if I could just screen share and show him stuff. But they don't want to see all this. They don't want no part of all this evidence. So he's going to tie himself up live on Facebook and talk about how concavers don't have any evidence. Right while I'm live, supposed to be hosting him.
And then he blocks me at the same time. I mean, I was just talking to him today, and all of a sudden, I'm blocked. This is telling you it's a.
I'll prove it to you. Watch. I'll prove it to you right here in the message thread. Right here in the message thread. I told him.
That means he's wanting to host the debate right in his own room.
So I told him I sent him a message on Google Hangouts. So we agreed Wednesday at 8. Okay, so today's Wednesday, 8 where he is, 10 p.m. here, Eastern. So I Gmail, he said, no, it's Ymail. So I said, okay. So Clark Barnard at ymail.com. Okay, that's cool. So he sent me his group, and I said, okay. So I shared a link to my live stream.
Can you get in the group chat there that he's in? I guess that's called the Awakening Information.
No one will see it on it. So he still thinks these views and sub counts are real, which is ridiculous. So I don't know. He's gonna say that I failed to join him. I'm saying he failed to join me, but I had posted this a while ago, and I sent it to him a while ago.
People are.
He knew we were going to be going live on my channel. I posted this 3 hours ago.
Is there a way that you can get in his group where he's hosting the debate and say, hey, I see that you've refused to join the link?
What do you mean? You mean the Facebook live chat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so he's over there in the Awakening information page.
Right.
Are you in that page?
I am now. I'm watching him on the screen.
Over there on the side, you should be able to chat and say, I'm live in my screen where I told you the debate was going to be.
Oh, we already had. Yeah, I already did. He knows I'm live on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. He knows I'm live. We already had this conversation. Like, we can scroll way up, but this was a while ago. So it looks like he's bouncing. Maybe he'll just join.
No,
Here,
dude. This is not how the serpents operate. They don't do that.
No, that's the watch link. Oops. Here, I'll send him the join link again. I'll send him the join link again.
Just click it in that group right there and see who joined.
I just put it right in the chat.
There you go. Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. Here you go. Google Hangouts. Anyone can join now. And so the first time I posted it, I took it off. There. Here you go. Join me.
And then
join me. Enter.
Since you were not willing to join in the original place where we had the debate, it's still up for you. Let him know that he bailed on the original debate. He's going to debate using a little freaking iPad. Give me a break. Or a little tablet. Man, they are not ready for this.
I know. That's a join link. Use it.
Yep. Say, nice to know you guys blocked Ernest. What a freaking childish tactic. They're completely afraid. And it's like, what are they afraid of? That we go back to flat Earth and say we're wrong? Well, wouldn't any honest person do that?
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe he doesn't want to join because you're here. I don't know if you're hearing, if you hear me, Clark, if you want to join, and you just don't, and for whatever reason you don't want Ernie here, maybe you and I can just talk and Ernie can exit the conversation.
He would have done that anyway.
Yeah, I know. He waits. I mean, it's been, what time is it? You've been on for what, 10 minutes? It's almost an hour now. I've been live, and he hasn't joined. He just doesn't want to join. So
well, if you have to join a debate, and if anybody's watching this, anytime you have to, or you're invited to join a debate, and you refuse to allow the other party to share their screen of information during a debate, you're a con artist. If you're expecting to bring more ability to the table than the person you're debating, completely a con artist. And that's what I love about Brian Stavely. Even though the show went to shit as it did, right? There was a lot of air that had to get aired there, is that he moderated a debate so professionally that he let everybody have their points regardless of their attitude and whatever, And when you're not allowed to share a debate or share your screen or your information or your visuals during a debate, then you've lost.
those are cartoons. Those are cartoons. Cartoons. Right. Yeah, these visual aids that help people understand. They want to call these cartoons,
Right, where everybody's selling flat Earth books with the azimuthal map on it. And I know that people bring this up all the time, and they're like, enough with the maps already. But it's more than that. The entire premise of flat Earth is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just the honest ones that got swallowed up in the entire process of it. And, so what?
I'm going to show some of that failure too. I'm screen sharing right now. I'm going to show a lot of that failure. If I can find them. There's a bunch of cartoons. Yeah, like these distances.
Go back right there. Go down. Keep going down. Stop right there. Purple right there. Go up.
So you go. There's two more?
Yeah, dude, that is wicked, man. There's no way to not explain this.
There's no way to not explain?
Yeah, it's so simple. You can explain. I mean, the data that we...
Helion, the light comes out of the top, which we're seeing here, which is why in the northern summer, the south side, the as below, isn't lit up as much. And then when the sun's down here, that's when the full octahedron's lit up. The north always lit up because that's the sun source.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Which is probably where like Eden and Miru and all this other stuff is up here.
Okay, so hold on. I just got a message. Maybe they're scared. They know you guys are live on YouTube, so they know we're live on YouTube. Somebody just...
Good, I hope he's watching. He can show me. He can watch me show him how this doesn't work.
Right.
These distances don't work.
Yeah, I think they're over the maps. They're the kind of flat earthers that all of a sudden
realize the shape of the Earth doesn't matter anymore.
We just started.
One. Oh, the show. We grow. We know it's not a spinning ball. Why does the shape really matter? So all of a sudden, flat earthers don't think the shape of the Earth matters anymore.
And it's really weird because I don't think you and I really thought of it that way when we were flat earthing.
Bang! Look at this one. This is the best one. Cape Town to Santiago, 12,000 miles versus 5. That is terrible. Terrible. Irreconcilable. Doesn't work.
That's how that map should be sold.
Well, it should. The time, or they should at least have it like a chart, like not on the map, but like maybe, put it over here or something like this over here, so that these are the actual distances, not this map.
Right.
Because this is just a time calculator, equidistant from the center, which means on a globe, if you start from here on the equator, if you go south, these areas get bigger. This slice of pie gets bigger here.
Right, or the little hand.
Globe or a concave Earth, either way, if you start at the equator and go south, they're going to get smaller again. Just like if you start at the equator and go north, they get smaller. Start at the equator and go south, they get smaller. So that's why these distances are all off. And that's why the azimuthal equidistant. It's equidistant from the equator.
All I can say is this, is that if I were still a flat earther and two concavers came knocking at my door to talk to me about my model, and they were even half as with
You have time to talk about our Lord and Savior?
they're even half as we are, man. I tell you what, they would have converted me on the spot. And I was saying earlier that I was so glad that we didn't debate the concave team at MIT, because they would have destroyed us. We had no knowledge of their model, man. They would have utterly handed our rear ends to us. And it's kind of a good thing we didn't entertain them, you know? So I don't know, you know, I mean, I don't know. But if they truly knew what we knew, they wouldn't act the way they do. They would be aware of a creator. I think that they would do good. And
That's what flat Earth is. That's what they're hiding.
yeah, they have to be.
They're hiding it from the people who don't care about the science, which is kind of almost half okay. Almost.
I don't care. I think in a lot of ways that concave made me believe and know that there's a creator, whereas a dome Earth or the flat expanse above us really made it to where I was questionable. I was questioning, you know, it just doesn't make sense, the whole model.
See this here?
Yeah.
These three right in a row.
And, you know, the thing is,
it says it all right here. This is what you're seeing right here. What this symbolizes is that they can see. This is where the light is. This is where the knowledge is. And they've separated themselves from the rest of us people here at the bottom. However, are we still in the bottom? No.
Look at the fourth map, right? Or the fourth photo right beside it. That's just, I mean, I don't know, super firm pillows. That's a great one. I need to build.
Yeah, I was in I think it was a Walmart or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's priceless.
I know.
This is flat right here. And this is heliocentric. So you got flat versus helio, and they're just having a stupid little pillow fight. And we're just chilling back here because
well, Brian Stavely invited the people over there to come over and just go right into the YouTube chat here, but they won't come.
These are the measurements aside from the plumb bobs, but these are the types of things flat earthers, you know, they eliminate this one right here, and they say, aha, it's the same height over here as it is over here. It's flat. Right. Oh no.
And they don't understand. Yeah,
you're measuring across a 7-mile lake. That's only going to be a few feet of dip. Remember, the math is going to be different. It's not when you're calculating for this drop here. You're not doing 8 inches per mile squared. 8 inches per mile squared is different. When you're looking at a straight line of sight, that's how much drop there would be on a. You know what I'm saying? If you had a sphere here, let me do it here. Oops. I think I can show it here. Yeah, I can just use this. I'll just use this silly thing. All right. So if you're going, let's say 3 miles this way, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 72 is 3 feet. I'm sorry, 6 feet. So if you're looking this way on a convex Earth, 3 miles, there should be 6 feet drop. However, that's different than this.
Man, you know, I had a sack of weed on me and I put it down and I have no clue where I put it.
The math would be different for this. Quite simply, 10 centimeters lower. So 10 centimeters, you know, and you can research the experiment on your own, but this just shows you what should be being done and shows you what isn't being done. And this is why all the tactics from the flat earth community located right here. Here's your flat earth community.
Who knows? Who knows?
I do. I'm one guy who knows.
Yeah, I'm a guy who knows, but I mean, I don't. I think for the most part, man, I'm still trying to figure out what the implications are of the government directing this. Pretty interesting if you think about it. Man, I lost a whole ounce of weed somewhere.
The apparent concavity of the Earth, as seen from a balloon, a perfectly formed circle encompassed the visibly planisphere beneath, or rather the concave sphere, it might now be called, for I had attained a height from which the Earth assumed a regularly hollowed or concave appearance, an optical illusion which increases as you recede from it. At the greatest elevation I attained, which was about 1.5 miles, the appearance of the world around me assumed a shape or form like that which is made by placing two watch glasses together by their edges. The balloon apparently in the central cavity all the time its flight at that elevation.
All we have to do, I don't know. There's another message. So they know we're live, or you were live in here. I don't know what to say.
Well, he's probably watching now because he's probably interested in I mean, if he's interested in some of the sciences and if he's really interested in understanding what's really going on. Out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven? Who hath gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. There's ice attached to the firmament, and that's what mega cryometeors are. They are large chunks of ice falling on top of us.
Right. You don't hear flat earthers.
Convex global warming is a hoax, and concave Earth global warming is not a hoax. And that's why they're spraying those particulates in the air, is to cool down our atmosphere because it is heating up.
Right. Well, we actually hit a very, 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 very potential financial market of the chem spraying and the chemtrailing. That's a huge market of distraction.
Well, for flat earthers to understand that these airplanes are using air compressed engines, and that most of what they think are chemtrails are just contrails. However, I do think that aside from the contrails coming out of these jet engines, there is spraying going on. Now, I would call that a belief, but it was a belief based on evidence that I've seen. I haven't been in a plane and I haven't sprayed it myself, so I guess I can't. But this is the point. This is what they're hiding. They're trying to act like the creator's nowhere. And
right.
Scripture, even the historical written works, tells you that God's in the center, heaven's in the center.
Right.
Go to common sense.
It's enough to make me say, all right, I'll
geocentric. Oh, we're the center. It's actually kind of blasphemous to think, oh, geocentricity. Oh, how special. He put us at the center. Wow, we're so special. No, I don't think so. By the way, no tattoos, according to Scripture. Anyways, so there's that. Here you go. When Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about non-Euclidean geometry, he's talking about this stuff right here. These are non-Euclidean geometry. This is hyperbolic. This is elliptical. And what Star Trek and all these other agencies are showing you is their vector of hyperbolic. Their hyperbolic vector. That's what this is all about. That's the vector. Thanks to Cass Kring for that one. Rethink Everything YouTube channel. Highly recommended. Go check it out. Rethink Everything. Great channel. There it is. Oh, proof of flat Earth. Look. So one thing that I want to point out is that one thing that some people will do is they'll take this and they'll take any footage, really. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, by the way, this is a level P900 that's showing that the horizon is higher than level center frame. But what they'll do is they'll take horizon footage, and instead of even considering this, I mean, the flat earthers will just completely ignore this and say, oh, it's flat, it's flat, it's flat. That's all we see is flat. Anything else is pseudoscience. Well, your observations, a lot of them could support both models. They want to avoid that. But what they'll actually do is they'll take something like this, right? Now, this was done differently than my other footage. This was done in March or April or whatever, a few months ago. And what they'll do is they'll take a flat plane grid and they'll lay it over like this. Now, you can take a flat plane grid and you can tilt it and angle it any which way you want. So what I see here is Ernest Pearson wearing a cool ass shirt. What I see here is water curving upwards. Now, if you were to just take a flat plane grid and just slap it on here, a flat earth will say, aha, see, that shows that it's flat. It's like all they're doing is showing you a flat plane grid that's inclined rather than curved. That doesn't, you can slap put a flat grid on here. That doesn't prove that the earth is flat.
Well, they're definitely
you could just tilt that flat plane grid, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 degrees, up and slap it on here and say, oh, look, see, that's evidence the earth is flat. No, this is water curving upwards. And by slapping a flat plane grid on here, all you're showing is that it's rising upwards on a, flat. You're trying to show it's flat, but even still, you have to rise that flat plane grid up because the horizon is high. Look how high the horizon is.
Yeah, there's just no way they could have presented.
See, the first time I leveled the camera, but when you record it, that goes away. So this is also with a level camera. I just didn't think to. Well, I didn't have a second person with me, so I couldn't have them hold the cell phone while I did. See what I'm saying? This time I brought a second person, so it was easier to use the P900 and record the P900 screen with a cell phone. Anyways, so this one is with a level camera. I just couldn't prove it, so I took it home. And with a video with Camtasia, I centered a line myself in the footage. You see what I'm saying? And this is showing roughly, with that amount of zoom, this is showing roughly the same thing as here. That amount. See that distance here?
Right.
That's with the same amount of zoom. It can't prove that because it doesn't show it when you're recording.
If you're on a flat earth and you're 5 feet above the water, you'd continue to zoom out and eventually be 5 feet above the water. There would be no reason for it to converge upward, and it just doesn't make sense. To the model that we were explaining to people was truly flawed. I mean, you're telling me, man, that a horizon, if you're in one of the tallest buildings in Dubai, you're telling me the horizon on a flat earth is going to raise 1,000 feet? No way.
You still didn't join us. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send him another message just in the messenger thread.
Yeah, right. Do it to where everybody can see it. Hey, people are waiting on you. No, not in the room where they're all watching.
This is just a message. We had 50 people waiting to see the debate. No one's in the hangout, dude. If you think no one's watching this, dude, you're wrong. Okay, and plenty of people are gonna watch this. If you still think these YouTube numbers and everything are real, then I'm sorry, but here, just join.
Not only that, go into the main room where they're chatting in and drop the link there.
I'm still live. He can join me. He's not even live anymore. He could just join. I'm still here. I'm still waiting.
Look up Paul. It
doesn't have to be over. You can still join me, buddy. People are gonna watch this already. They're gonna see that you just.
Well, more people will see his online than yours, but it's nice to know he blocked me. Cowards, man, they're hiding. Nathan's got them shaking.
Yeah, he wants me to join on a cell phone to make it difficult to present evidence. When he could easily just join me and who cares? He could just have the debate and share the footage to his group. Like, what's the difference? You share it to the group, it's going to get hundreds of views. So what if there's only 50 people watching? It's going to get hundreds of views. No matter, it doesn't matter who, you know what I mean? Who hosts it. What matters is that both sides have
because
their evidence, and he wants to do it from a cell phone, so I can't present my evidence as easily. So that's all it's about. It has nothing to do with he has 50 people waiting, and I have I don't even know however many. I don't even know if there's anybody in here. Yeah, so I don't know, bud. I'm still here. Josh, I was live for an hour. Why didn't you join? Blah, 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 blah. You know why I didn't join? I flaked on you. Oh, yeah, well, we knew that was coming.
They don't want to debate using Zoom. They don't want to debate using a professional platform because when they do, it's a breakdown. It shouldn't have even gone that way. It went with Brian Stabley.
I mean, I'm not even going to respond to that. I mean, he has the link to join. What else can I say? I'm not just going to get wrapped up in some silly argument with this guy about, well, I was supposed to join him. He was supposed to join me. This is silly. I was live before he was, and I'm still live. And he instead of just joining me, he just went live on his own because he didn't want to. He wanted to avoid the debate.
Right, they don't want us to show.
That was his way of avoiding it. Was by saying, "Oh, I know. I'll just go live myself and claim he didn't join me." It's like, come on.
And I'll block on it so that I don't have to deal with him. Yeah, right. Because you're a coward, Clark.
We had. Look at this. He had made this, and I had shared this everywhere. And so, in comment sections, you'll see.
You still comment on that?
Huh?
Is that on his wall?
This is on his wall and mine. Yeah.
So go to the top link.
I shared this to my wall as well.
Joshua, go to the top link of his wall right there and then start a new comment right there. I've been waiting for 1 hour. You did not agree to my terms. You started a new debate, and this is why I wanted a moderator.
That's a pointless comment. We already know the deal.
Well, yeah, but people that are coming to his channel don't know the deal. You just keep putting the pressure.
Yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Half the people go into his channel where they're just there to help gatekeep him anyways.
Wow. Do you really think that chick named Emily Cockrell is a gatekeeper?
I don't know. I've never talked to her. I've got no clue. As far as I'm concerned, it's just another Facebook account. I have no idea. I've seen some really good posts from this Facebook account.
Right.
I have got nothing bad to say. I don't know her, you know. I don't probably a really nice person. I have no idea.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, there's Clark right there. That's cool.
I think that's his only claim to fame, really, is just going to Korea to
It's
talk.
not really about that.
Okay.
Exposure helps, but I mean,
Dude, there is nowhere in their mind that nowhere in a flat earther's right mind, if there even is such a thing, that they would want to entertain us in a debate to really learn about visual concavity.
I mean, there's plenty of optical. In fact, let's just you were talking about that, right? Let's go ahead and show some of that. I'm going to show two videos that support each other. First, I'm going to find this one. Alrighty, so I've been requested to show evidence of upwards curvature. Well, every flat earther has already seen it, including myself. So I missed it too. So I'm not judging anybody. Except for the people that know the truth and are hiding it anyways. So I'm not going to wait till November to start telling the truth. Flat Earth Conference. Right now, I see upwards curvature. Yeah. We're able to see way too far for the convex globe to be true. So there's either concave curvature or it's flat. Yeah. Why is the boat higher than the water? If we know refraction knocks things down, making us think it was a convex globe, if the effects are more than we thought, then maybe there's upwards curvature. Why does it have to be flat? Why does Earth have to be flat for some of you people? I don't get it. Isn't this about science, observable evidence, data? Look at the footage. How can the boat be higher than the water? It's not. There's water there. You just can't see it because of the Atmos distortions. The same reason you think it's flat is the very reason it's not flat. Right there. There's your upwards curvature. Sorry, folks, the Earth is not flat. Now, I was a flat earther for a couple years, but it just isn't so. The maps don't work. The seasons don't work. Flight paths don't work. The appearance of the sun in everyone's sky for the half the world that has the sun, that doesn't work. There's no 3,000-mile altitude sun. The eclipses, no one wants to touch those. Those don't make any sense. We need a third mysterious body. And magnetism answers that. So, yeah, why is concave Earth such a touchy subject, huh? What, are you guys afraid of Lord Stephen Christ? Give me a break. He's running away from me. He doesn't even want to talk to me. Neither do half of you. Very interesting, isn't it? I love you all, guys. Love will conquer all. If you guys want to be left in the dust, that's fine.
Rachel, are those new cobwebs? No, they're the same.
All right, there's another video that shows it also very well.
It's only been.
Hi there, welcome to the Flatmax UK YouTube channel. I've been observing the mirroring effect on the apparent horizon. It's also known as Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana is described by Wikipedia as an unusual and complex form of superior mirage. So, look at this. My observations have found it is unusual not to witness this effect. I've seen it at almost all times, tides and weather conditions. Here are some examples observed at dawn, morning, evening and twilight. First of all, dawn with the sun below the horizon, and we are approaching low tide. So you can see it's quite apparent there, the mirroring of the hull of the boat in the distance.
So he's probably going to put a line here, but you can clearly see that the boat is touching the water here. So why are we seeing a horizon here? This is the apparent waterline horizon. And if this wasn't such a cloudy day, then you would see further and the horizon would be higher, because that's how it works on a concave surface. The further you see, the higher the horizon is, because it's rising with you. So if this weren't such a cloudy day, there wasn't so much moisture for this to refract, then you would see the water all the way up to the boat. If this were a sunny day, you all know it's true. If it were a sunny day, nice and clear, you'd see the water right here. It's cloudy. So this happens. But the water's up here, and you think it's down here.
So from the right-hand side, you'll also start to see some of the small areas of land. There is land all across this area in the distance. I've paused the video here so we can have a closer look and enhanced the image so it's a bit clearer. I'm going to add a red line which shows
horizon's up here,
water line or horizon line, and above that I'm going to add a green line. Now this I've worked out is about 10 miles away from our view, and you can see it's mirroring the bottom of the boat there. Then about 20 miles away you've got the land.
Higher.
Anything that's behind this band is totally obscured.
Higher.
So any land objects that might be there, other boats, you're not going to see them at all.
So if we know that refraction knocks things down, making it look like it's a convex globe, and we know that the further you're looking, the worse that happens, then why is the stuff in the distance higher? The stuff in the background is higher than the stuff in the foreground. People want to say perspective.
Yeah, they really don't get what they don't get what's happening here. I didn't either. I didn't understand it as a flat earther. It did not make sense.
I didn't
to me.
either. I'm just as guilty as.
Yeah. Well, of course, if neither of us understood it, they're not going to understand it either.
They will once they think.
After this, yeah.
Once they consider it, yeah.
He's got a few other names.
Honest consideration.
Observed it and called it ducking or mirror bands. You see as we zoom out how there's no chance you're going to see this without some kind of super zoom lens. Well, this is.
So you can see it right here. So you've got an apparent waterline horizon, and you've got a further one that's higher up.
Hey, Josh, so jump on your Facebook Live and do a video and tell them they won't let you screen share. Just make it on your page so we can share it there as well. Brian is telling me. He's calling Josh to join. Tell him, Josh.
Well, I'm just trying to present some evidence here. I'm not trying to.
You're done with it.
I'm not trying to waste more time and get tangled up with all this nonsense. I mean, if he wants to join, he can. He's got the join link. He's more than welcome to join. If he wants to join and he doesn't want you around, maybe you could just bounce for a couple minutes and I can talk with him. But I mean, he seemed adamant. Oh, he doesn't want Ernest as a moderator. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I'm saying to moderate the debate. Okay, fine. then he could just join me one-on-one. No, didn't want to do that either. He wanted to go live right after I did. And then after he was done, he still wouldn't come join. So I don't know. What he decided to do when I wouldn't join him was have Joey Rocca come on and make an ass out of himself. And so what I'm going to do, instead of attacking them, I'm just going to show, I'm going to let the evidence speak for itself. And I'm just going to show more evidence. That's what I'm going to do. I think I might just do more of these. Just go live and just show evidence. Just play stuff, you know? Why not? You know?
Well, you know that they're not going to give us a complete and an open debate and test our models.
Pain from moderate to severe rheumatoid.
So I'm going to use this quote-unquote flat earth evidence. Bang. I don't even... Look, there we are. 2 seconds in. There it is. Done. The horizon should not be that high on a flat earth.
No way, dude. That's inclining.
It should be lower. Because if you rise off the surface of the earth on a convex earth, then as you rise, the horizon should drop. It should lower. The same thing is true for flat earth.
I know, it's actually going above the wings. Because
if the earth is flat and you rise and you're looking straight out at eye level, you should have to still look down to see the horizon on a flat earth. Duh. The only way to see it at eye level is if it's rising off in the distance to meet your eye level. It's so simple. Here we go. See, stuff like this. Flat earthers know that this is not... Oh, is this the right one? It must be. All right. Let me just... Sorry, just trying to... All right. Flat earthers know that this is not downwards curvature, right?
Yes.
Okay. Flat earthers are smart enough to understand that this is not downwards curvature. This is just... Look at this. Look how this you can see this refraction starting to happen, and then you have... All right, one mouse at a time. You've got a false horizon right here because look how cloudy it is. That's what I'm saying. These clowns always do this stuff on a cloudy day. Go on a sunny day, you're going to be able to see all the way over here. All right. Look how reduced this horizon looks like you could hit it with a fishing pole. You might be able to cast bait out that far. That's how reduced this is. So it's severe warping. Flat earthers know that this is not downwards curvature. So why can't they understand that it might be initially upwards curvature, refracting so much it appears like downwards curvature?
Because they don't...
You can't just say, oh, we can disprove that this is downwards curvature. Yeah, but you can't disprove that it's upwards curvature.
Right, they don't want any notion of upward curvature. Any notion of upward curvature for them is game over.
Because as far as you can see with a P900, you're going to be still looking up under the glass. So you're not going to have a hump of anything in your way.
Right.
There's no hump of water in the way in concave earth either. So all these flat earth proofs they're just convex disproofs, most of them, you know? That's all they really are, is disproving convex. I want to show this one. This one's great. This is one of my favorites, actually. Thanks, Sam, for this one, for pointing this out. This is a great video. This shows high altitude footage. This is the Earth and the horizon. This is sunlight. This is the green arc. This is showing the sun rotating away and up.
Right. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff like that points upward.
So in concave Earth, you have the sun inside the firmament, not under it, first of all, and the light's coming through and it's rotating inside the concave Earth. So from the ground, because each person only has a limited range of vision, it forms this personal perspective, if you will, this personal perspective dome that looks kind of like, well, we've all seen it before. Even Bob and Jaron like made a little video explaining, you know, how each person has their own Truman Show.
Right. Well, everybody can
like
see
this.
the sun. Right.
Just like this right here.
Okay, this is an augmentation video of the.
So it's just showing you that each person can only see, you're only going to see this far. And so everything you see is going to appear like it's a dome over you, because that's your perspective. That's your flat earth clue to concave earth is perspective. You can only see so far. Everybody is a Truman Show. So when we see the sun set, it appears like it's going down, right?
Sunset. Jesus is the sun.
But that's just perspective. The sun's not really going down. The sun's rotating up, 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 and away. And so that's real damaging for flat earth right here, is seeing that as it passes over you, once it passes midday, or once it passes directly overhead at your zenith, it is now the sun and the moon and all the luminaries, really, they're all rotating away from you and up, providing the illusion that they're moving away from you and down, because everything is inverted. So flat earthers claim that light doesn't bend. This one's going to be really cool. This might be a way that
Offer letters.
this might be a way that the firmament in heaven itself is cloaked. So there may easily be cloaked things in the sky, including things that are created by our creator and things that mankind can create. So this is very simple experiment that shows. Here's another one. This is obviously, I mean, you don't even need to really play the video. I mean, as long as this footage is legitimate, the picture alone, just a snapshot, just a photo shows the freaking light is bending. I mean, how are flat earthers claiming light doesn't bend?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just one of the things we were taught to say.
Rob Skiba calls it the bending light theory. If you want to go with the bending light theory, well, then I guess we just can't trust anything, so we just gotta have to trust NASA. No, Rob, there's a third option.
Man, Rob would not be able to argue out of this. He would not be able to argue a concaver at all.
Light is bending within the earth, folks. Okay?
Bending upwards.
Here we have three of them side by side, and the motion is pretty much all down. Hence the name column or C-spring.
That's a hard one for a flat earther to discuss, but they're starting to try to talk about it now.
All right, this is why the gyro and the level stay level everywhere within the Earth. Is because, let me just play this a little forward so I can get a better view of this. Actually, you know what?
Represent the centripetal convergence,
I'll just let him talk.
lift force, and the sink force. So
He explains it well. It's his material. I'll let him talk. But it makes sense because I just want to put my 2 cents in first. It's as long as the airplane, i.e. gyro or level, is maintaining distance, as long as it's maintaining altitude both above the surface of the Earth and underneath the firmament, as long as it's maintaining that distance, it's going to maintain that same pressure, that same cabin pressure, right? That's why they have to change the cabin pressure, because the pressure outside changes, right? So as long as they stay in the same amount of pressure zone, the same altitude, it not only is it going to follow the upwards curvature of the Earth and the upwards curvature of the firmament, but it's going to follow the upwards curvature of universal compression itself.
Yeah.
Because universal compression is following the shape of the metallic rind, or following the shape of dirt and water, however you want to dice it. It's following the forces of Earth are going to follow the shape of the Earth. That's how it was created. Duh. So it's the curvature of the forces too, and we're going to talk about these forces because for gravity to work on a convex Earth, you have a singular pulling force. It doesn't explain how anything rises. If there's only one force going in one direction, that's a one-way street. Nothing goes the other way.
Right.
On a concave Earth, you've got 2 forces. You've got a lift and a sink, an up and a down, a push and a pull. It's a tug of war game, and the object itself, based on its properties, its mass, its density, its weight, etc., that determines who wins the tug of war, the lift or the sink force, the up or the down. So it's duality. It's as above, so below. It's, you know what I mean? And so most tangible objects are more dense than the air, so the downwards force wins. But lighter, like helium or smoke or steam or things like that, the lift force wins. And so that in flat Earth doesn't even have any force. They're just density and buoyancy, but that doesn't cut it, because flat earther can't explain why the more dense object doesn't go up or sideways. If you believe that objects are just moving in directions on their own, that's magic. You have to have You can't just you can't just have
Man, the photo I'm
kinetic
looking at-
kinetic energy out of nowhere. There has to be something to push said object. Objects just don't move on their own. Something has to be acting on that object for it to move.
Hey, man, I'm going to let you go.
So the electromagnetic flux, there's an inversely proportional.
You going to sleep now?
Yeah, man, I want to go lay down with the wives. All
right, cool. I got you. I'm going to play a few more videos just for anybody watching or for anybody who watches in the future. And then I'm going to kill this thing. So it was unfortunate. He didn't want to join. Whatever. He's going to say what he's going to say. So whatever. I'll just try to find somebody else who's willing to actually join and have this debate. So we'll try again.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Proportional relationship between the two. Blue arrows represent the centripetal convergent lift force. It draws objects to the center, where the current is attracted to the moving convex surface of the celestial sphere. The lift force is stronger in the center and weaker at the edge. That is why planets have such an easy time staying aloft toward the center, because there's not that much sink force and plenty of lift force. If it weren't for the magnetic sun attracting the planets, they probably would crash into the celestial sphere. The lift force cohabitates with the centrifugal sink force, which has the inverse proportion effect. The sink force is the either push force we all experience on the Earth or in the Earth. As it moves, the divergent fluxes with the brakes on the Earth preventing any rotation. Remember Wheeler's gyroscope and its huge neodymium iron-borne magnet? The centripetal lift force perpetuated the magnet in a viscous free flux near the center. Yet the centrifugal divergent sink force stopped the gyro on the edge. That's what's happening with the Earth. The sink force generates a depression to the west. That's why bullets sink to the west and rise to the east, because there's a greater clamping down effect for projectiles shot into the downstream of the sink force. This is also what causes eastward deflection of flying objects. They seek the least resistance, which will always be found eastward of the meridian. The sink force is so strong at the edge it holds the water at bay. The ether sink force eliminates the Coriolis or the Athos effect from being cause of this phenomenon. Since you should know by now, we are not on a rotating planet. Now we can understand what causes gyroscopes to liberate themselves from the thick sink force happening at the edge. The rotation of the gyro is stripping off its sink force hold and aligning itself with a much weaker lift force at that level to allow it to rise. The vertical axis seeks to magnetically align itself with this central octahedron. That's why the airplane gyro stays pretty much vertical wherever
it goes, right? So this is from Australia looking south. The stars go the other way. And Flat Earth has many attempts at explaining this. And they're enough to fool some people. They never fooled me. I always knew the star trails weren't explained on a flat Earth. And yet I still believed I was on a flat Earth. I just thought that there was something about the sky that I couldn't understand. It's because I was only considering two models. The stars show that the Earth has to be spherical, inside or outside. And looking up at the sky, saying that, oh, we can't look up at the sky to determine the shape of the Earth, I would probably agree with that. Although there's many clues to the sky that show the shape of the Earth, I would have to agree that tangible experiments of the dirt and water are the best. And it's also something that the flat earthers have to avoid, because there are no flat measurements for me to debunk. There are no convex measurements for me to debunk. There's only concave measurements to be debunked. So I guess with that, I'm just going to kill it. I don't even know if anybody's watching. I'm sure people will watch this in the future. So yeah, it was a no-show. Clark didn't show up. He went live right after I went live. So he didn't want to join. He wanted me to join on a cell phone, so I couldn't screen share and stuff. So, yeah, I guess I was half expecting something like that, you know, make it look like I didn't want to debate or anything. Give that a thumbs up. Thank you very much. So I guess I'm just going to kill it. Have a great night, everyone.